Right, due to high demand, and hello, good evening,
Good evening.
high demand from our,
Of one person in particular.
yeah, we've got a Q&A thing going on today, or tonight. Um, so we're just gonna try our best to clarify about moving to France. And that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So Penelope, if you could start off.
Okay. This is the first question. How do you find English speaking estate agents?
Marvelous. The one we dealt with, we can only kind of comment on that. Was in Goron, on, and his name was Maxime. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was very, very good, very polite. Always got back to us eventually. Maybe a couple of days, like. But yeah, did did try and help us out with certain things, and all in all, very good. We did go to one estate agent in Mobile, and I got to admit, there was no help whatsoever, no contact
Awful.
after we put in an offer on a house there, and we had no contact, phoning her, emailing her, and we decided, oh hell with that, we're not going to bother. So
Are we glad we did now?
yeah. Next.
Well, it's the same sort of question, but it's saying how do you find English speaking solicitors, which is the notaire?
Well, the notaire. That I mean that comes about when you're signing,
Yeah.
exchanging contracts.
Because we had a translator,
And
didn't
yeah,
we?
we had a translator, and she lived in London for 30 odd years, and a lovely woman, in fact.
Sophie, yeah, yeah.
Lovely
Really
woman.
helpful.
And that was done in Garonne as well, near to the Immobile.
Question two. How does buying property in France differ to buying property in the UK?
Wow. When you viewed and you decide, oh yeah, we're gonna have that one, as we did, and you put in an offer. Now, if that offer is accepted, the sellers can't deviate from that offer they've accepted, apparently. So don't take me as gospel. I'm
This is what we've been told
yeah,
as
it's
well.
what we've been
Yeah.
told. But anyway, so you put in an offer, paperwork is done, sent by email, and you send it back, and then you get a 10-day cooling off period after you signed the Compari, I think it is. After you sign this agreement, anyway, you get a 10-day cooling off thing, and then you've got to put either 7 or 10% deposit down, which we done, obviously. And after that, there's kind of like no going back, you know. And you will lose that deposit. It will maybe go to the sellers or the notaire and even the immobilier. But be aware that there's a good chance you will not see any of that again if you change your mind.
Unless you do have a really valid reason to pull out
Yeah.
and you can, you got stuff to back it up.
Yeah,
So,
but even
yeah.
then, you might not get it
Yeah,
all
it's
back.
not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Same sort of question. What about house and building, building and house contents insurance
Right. Well, that's quite easy
over
because
in France?
we it took us a while, a couple of weeks, like, but we opened Credit Agricole account, joint account, and a savings account, and we, because it was easy at the time, um, we insured through them, and it wasn't much, about, I think it was about €20 a month, but that covers the whole lot. The Immobile did say he did say he knew someone who does the house insurance, but we'd already done that by then. So
Yeah.
yeah, we were happy with that service from the bank. Britline Credit Agricole.
Yeah.
Next.
Um, when getting the utilities connected, how do you manage if you don't speak French fluently, enough to get by.
Electric, EDF, and water were a bit of a nightmare. EDF have an English speaking call center, and the only reason why we had hassle is because of the address of the property, because there were two variations, and they said it was one thing, and I was going no, it's not, and all that. Anyway, we got to the bottom of it, and it was all done. But on your meter, with Veolia, the water company, you get a meter, and you get a code on the meter, and you give them the meter reading and the code number, and they know exactly where it is.
They know your location, yeah.
And on the EDF, there was a Linky, well, it's still there, hopefully. There's a Linky meter, and that is linked to that address, so apart from the problems we had, you shouldn't get any. It was Veolia. It was done by mail mainly, and they reply in French, so as long as you can go on your laptop and translate it, you'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah. How long can you stay in France at any one time?
Well, officially, for normal people, like we're still working age.
Yeah.
3 months, 90 days, and then you can't go back there for another 90 days, and then you can go there for 90 days. Now, you can apply for 6 or 12-month visas, and I think I'm not sure, but after retirement age, you can apply for a residency card, and I think you can stay there virtually, forever. I'm not totally sure. But there are ways and means. Apparently, if you have a business over there, or working there, or an income over there, from over there, you've got a better chance of staying there.
Yeah. Well, number 5 is similar sort of question. How do you get around this if you want to live there permanently? Like you just said.
Hide in the attic. No. No, we're not sure, because that hasn't happened. We're not at that stage of life or commitment where we can live there forever. I'm hoping in the future things will change, which the way our government is being run, it could well be. Hopefully, but we've been told there are ways and means of doing it without us being in the EU.
And why did you have to produce your passports to get orange SIM cards for your phones out there?
It's a form of identification. And we had to give, obviously, bank details
and proof of address, isn't
and
it?
proof of address, like you would over here.
Yeah, because you're taking out a contract.
But over here, you'd give your driving license. It's the same, but obviously we haven't got a French driving license, so a passport is next good thing.
Yeah. Right. Next question. Are DIY supplies more expensive over in France?
Oh yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, and paint. I mean, I expect we've all heard it. Paint can be double the price and not as good quality, and that is 100% right. If you're going back and forward like we are, as long as you can fit it in your car, van, trailer, whatever.
Yeah.
Buy them in the UK and take them over. I don't actually like doing that, because I like to think we're adding to their economy. But when you're paying double,
Yeah.
it is a bit much. I mean, some things like I mean, you're gonna have to buy over there. Like we bought fencing, didn't we?
We
And-
bought, we
Yeah.
bought a lot on our previous trip while we were over there. Like I said in the video, we had to get certain things done while we were
Yeah.
there. But for future reference now, things like screws, nails, nuts, bolts, they are double, triple the price over in France than they are here.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend you buy things like that and just take them over. Things like paint in particular, yes, we've been told exterior paint.
Even tools. If you got two of everything at home in the UK,
Yeah,
take
yeah,
one of them over. Like it's
yeah,
can it very expensive.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Next.
What is the role of the Mary?
Well, no, whatever you do, you got to ask her or him,
Yeah,
because
or
we
him.
have a female.
I was as a female.
A very,
Yeah,
very nice lady, very nice indeed.
yeah,
Maya, no, yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, if you want to change the colour of your house or you want to put a shed up or anything exterior,
Yeah.
you've got to ask. She said you can do anything inside your house,
yeah. You don't have to ask.
but
outside.
outside you've got to ask her all the time, all the time, like
And it's just courteous. You
I was
know?
gonna say something crude then, but I thought I'd better no.
Do they have considerable power locally? Well,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and if you wanted to do something like build an extension or well, anything I just mentioned, like you've got to stay well in with them.
They sort of help you get through loopholes then
Yeah,
basically, yes,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So they will try and help you as
Yeah.
much as they
Oh
can.
yeah. And luckily enough, she is a lovely woman. Real nice.
Yeah.
Top class, like
Yeah. Next question. What about a car insurance?
At the moment, again, doesn't concern us. We will probably take 2 cars out there at separate times. We got an electric car and we got an older Berlingo diesel.
So it's a French make, but
Yeah, but at the insurance, well, most insurances let you drive in Europe for 30 days and then you've got to go back, and then that isn't a problem. Like, but permanently, I think we buy a car out there. Isn't
yeah,
it?
well, that was going to
Yeah.
be the next question. Have you considered buying a French car? And yes, probably in the future, if we did stay over there.
In fact, I did think about it before.
Yeah.
Because buying a van or a workhorse car, like or van, like could they very handy to have something that could tow a trailer. Because we bought one, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that's how we got a kitchen we're taking out there, and it's in there now in the garage, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the trailer will be staying over there, and we'll be using it while we're over there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we needed to get a trailer anyway. So we've only paid for the ferry one way to take the trailer.
So we have got a use for it, and they are very, very handy. Excuse me.
The next question then is very similar again. What are legal requirements for owning a French car?
Apparently, there's a ton load of paperwork if you buy one out there, and again, everything's in duplicate, and then so on again and again and again and again. So we aren't sure. We aren't sure on tax or insurance, but well, I think the insurance is about the same, but the tax on them, I don't know. We would like you. If you don't know, we're gonna have to find out.
We haven't been in that situation yet, so we don't know ourselves. But we can try and look into it anyway.
Yeah,
and get back to you at a later time.
maybe.
And that's it, really. That's all the questions that we flew through them.
Well, we've got another few weeks before we're back out there again.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be busy again.
No, busy but enjoyable. Well, for me, it's enjoyable.
Well,
Here, I'm kind of not busy. and not enjoying myself, to be honest.
Also today we went to our local vet back home here, and the dog's rabies vaccinations were due to expire in December, so they've been fully vaccinated again today now for another 3 years anyway.
Yeah,
So that's
in,
good.
in France it only lasts for 1 year. They have a jab every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So but we are getting dog French
Passports, because obviously to have to pay
Yeah.
for an animal health check every time we travel,
£290.
which could £290 every time. We've only done
Yeah.
3 trips, and
Yeah.
already it's cost us £870
Yeah.
just to take the dogs. It's just scandalous, but there we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
So hopefully when we have the French dog passports,
We
won't have to do this
So
anymore.
that is something to consider if you've got
Pets,
Chien,
yeah,
Chiens,
yeah,
Chiens,
or shats,
or Shats.
yeah,
That sounds bad.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay then. But anyway, well, hope the information might be good for you. I don't know. I mean, we've got loads of people looking, and
Well, if you've got any more questions, just put them in the comments.
yeah,
And we'll see if we can answer them. But we're really looking forward to going back over in December.
Yeah.
We're going to be busy, but we're going to love it. And
yeah,
we can't wait for the weeks to fly by until it happens.
yeah. Okay. So bonsoir
Bonsoir.
and bon nuit.
Bon nuit.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye now.